Hello everyone! Colony sims are some of the most addictive games out there. You start small, struggle to survive, and before you know it, hours have flown by. Today we're going through 40 of the best colony sim games that capture the same survival, building, and management magic you know from RimWorld. Whether you love tough challenges or just want to watch your settlers thrive, there is something here for you. So let's get into it. Orrstead is a relaxing mix of city building and incremental mechanics, perfect for when you want something simple yet engaging. It's peaceful, forgiving, and satisfying without punishing mistakes. While content feels limited after a couple of hours, the foundation is strong, enjoyable, and easy to recommend. A cozy experience well worth the price, especially if future updates expand its depth. Ascent of Ashes feels like a 3D RimWorld with a survivalist twist, offering strong mechanics and clear potential despite bugs and missing features. Currently bare bones, it still shows promise through thoughtful design and engaging systems. With more stability, tutorials, and quality of life improvements, it could grow into a major contender in the colony sim genre. Lords and Villeins offers a complex medieval city builder where you guide families instead of micromanaging individuals. With deep economic systems, automated production chain, and helpful blueprinting, it balances depth with accessibility. A long campaign teaches mechanics, though casual players may struggle. Actively developed, it's a rewarding choice for a fan of RimWorld or Dwarf Fortress seeking a fresh, family-driven twist. Honey, I Join a Cult is a quirky management sim inspired by RimWorld and Prison Architect, but with a light-hearted 70s-80s cult theme. Built impressively by just 2 developers, it's polished, fun, and cozy rather than punishing. While difficulty feels low and progression can become predictable, its charming art, humor, and relaxed vibe make it a worthwhile, entertaining experience. First Feudal is a slow-paced medieval colony sim that improves with time and patience. While visually unimpressive at first, it offers a forgiving experience, solid tutorial, and enjoyable battles. Performance may lag on weaker PCs, but supportive devs, accessible gameplay, and long playthrough potential make it worthwhile, especially on sale. A relaxing, RimWorld-inspired alternative for casual strategy fans. CryoFall blends survival, crafting, and base building with a heavy focus on grinding. While fun and polished, it's clearly designed for multiplayer. Bosses and rare resources make solo play a tough slog. Still, its stack progression, exploration, and similarities to games like Icarus or Don't Starve Together make it enjoyable and worth the price if you don't mind the grind. Judgment Apocalypse Survival Simulation is a colony sim with a demon-infested twist, blending base building, exploration, and tactical combat. Simpler than RimWorld, but still engaging, it features occult research, intuitive task priorities, and strategic defenses. While lacking RimWorld's social depth, its mix of science, magic, and challenging battles creates a focused, rewarding survival experience for players seeking a darker, more streamlined alternative. new cycle is a city-building survival game often compared to Frostpunk, but with solar flares replacing the cold. It offers larger maps, more freedom, and non-linear progression, making settlements feel dynamic. Still in early access, it suffers from clunky UI, unclear protection path, and limited exploration, though upcoming content promises improvements. Fans of Frostpunk will likely enjoy its familiar yet evolving survival challenge. Noble Fates is a fantasy-inspired colony sim blending RimWorld-style mechanics with Dwarf Fortress-like world generation and Z levels. Despite being in early access, it already offers strong AI, autonomous task management, modding potential, and feature-rich gameplay. Performance issues and a steep learning curve may deter some, but its depth, charm, and active development make it a promising gem for fans of complex management sims. Laysara Summit Kingdom is a gorgeous and charming mountain city builder with amazing music and addictive gameplay. The mountain tier system, villager needs, and transport logistics offer tons of room for creativity and optimization, rewarding experimentation beyond ideal layouts. The avalanche mechanic feels underwhelming, but the overall design, challenge, and atmosphere make this a fantastic and worthwhile strategy experience. Old Realm initially frustrates with a poor tutorial, confusing systems, and clunky defaults. Yet underneath lies a strong colony survival foundation with a plenty of atmosphere. If you push through trial and error, you will find a chill, rewarding experience. It's rough around the edges, but with patience, the game reveals surprising depth and becomes genuinely enjoyable for creative builders.
Your new home. We have arrived at Miko Colony.
Keplerth combines survival, crafting, and exploration with a light colony management and genetic modification that keep gameplay fresh. It shines most in multiplayer with friends, though solo play remains enjoyable if less engaging. While not flawless, its skill system and variety of builds make it rewarding. Perfect as a side game or time killer, Keplerth offers solid fun for those seeking a lighter survival experience. Stardeus is a creative colony sim where you play as an AI guiding humans and robots through survival and space colonization. It shines in its unique perspective, customization, and storytelling potential, though it lacks RimWorld's tension and factorious resource pressure. Despite pacing issues and repetitive exploration, its atmosphere and AI-driven roleplay make it a distinctive, worthwhile experience for fans seeking something different. Norland may look like RimWorld, but it's a very different strategy experience. You got a noble family where happiness, knowledge, and relationships determine growth and survival. Lords manage villagers, pass knowledge through books or heirs, and require close micromanagement. Though complex and slower pace, its Dark Ages setting, unique mechanics, and focus on dynasties make it rewarding for players who enjoy depth and experimentation. Stranded Alien Dawn feels like a lighter, more accessible take on RimWorld, with a 3D visuals and a more relaxed pace. You will explore an alien world by observing unknown plants and creatures, manage to survive after a crash, and slowly mechanize your colony. It's not as deep as RimWorld yet, but its unique ideas and promising endgame make it worth keeping an eye on. Mind Over Magic is a colony sim with a wizard school twist. It's slow paced, sometimes even too relaxed, but the charm comes from designing quirky room layouts and watching your mages teach, research, and craft. Combat exists but isn't the main draw. It's not as deep as RimWorld or Oxygen Not Included, but still a fun, laid-back experience for colony sim fans. Ratopia blends colony sim depth with direct player control, letting you jump in to fight, build, and gather when crises hit. Its economy system kicks in from the start, adding structure and goals often missing in the genre. Think RimWorld meets Terraria. Engaging management, hands-on action, and strong developer support make this a promising and rewarding experience. Surviving Mars delivers a flexible colony building experience on the red planet, with tons of replayability through sponsor, mysteries, and randomized tech trees. You can play it slow and relax, or crank up disaster for a real challenge. Paired with an incredible soundtrack and strong replay value, it's one of the most engaging space colony sims out there. Space Heaven is like RimWorld with Oxygen Not Included, only this time your base is a spaceship. Careful planning is key as you manage oxygen, heat, and resources while exploring star system in an FTL-style journey full of dangers. It's challenging but rewarding, with deep strategy and survival elements that make it a must-play for colony sim fans. Amazing Cultivation Simulator isn't just RimWorld in disguise. It's a deep Scientias-inspired strategy game where you train disciples, build sects, and guide mortals toward godhood. The mechanics are complex, sometimes overwhelming, but incredibly rewarding once you dive in. It's slow-paced, full of discovery, and perfect for fans of Chinese fantasy looking for something rich and endlessly replayable. Clanfolk is a charming colony sim that mixes RimWorld, Banished, and a touch of Dwarf Fortress, but with a cozy Scottish flavor. It's all about survival, realistic systems, and the satisfaction of making it through harsh winters. Constant updates keep improving the game, making it a hidden gem for fans of detailed colony management and long story-rich playthroughs. Colony Survival blends Minecraft-style building with city management, strategy, and even a touch of tower defense. You manage colonies, automate production, defend against waves of enemies, and expand with limitless design. It works great solo or co-op, and the devs are impressively dedicated. Peaceful, creative, yet challenging. This one scratches that survival and management itch perfectly. Necesse is like a mash-up of Terraria, RimWorld, Stardew Valley, and Valheim, yet it stands on its own. You will fight tough bosses, explore, and build thriving settlements with settlers who can farm, craft, or even join you in battle. It works great in both single-player and multiplayer, and with active dev support, it's a hidden gem worth sinking hours into. Caves of Cutie is one of the deepest roguelike RPGs ever made. Its mix of handcrafted lore and procedural generation builds a world that feels ancient, strange, and alive. You can play as a bizarre mutant, explore endlessly, and shape your own story. It's bold, complex, and unforgettable. One of those rare games people sink hundreds of hours into. Songs of Six blend city building and colony simulation on a massive scale, letting you manage thousands of citizens at once. It mixes the depth of RimWorld and Dwarf Fortress with its own unique world map and political system. Constantly updated and impressively optimized, it's a true hidden gem for fans of large-scale strategy and storytelling. Empires of the Undergrowth is a labor of love that turns end colony survival into real strategy. You manage workers, warriors, and your queen while fighting for food and defending against predators. Progression feels rewarding as scenarios unlock new abilities and colony challenges really put your decision to the test. It's simple, addictive, and surprisingly intense. They Are Villeins shines with its brutal survival mode, random maps, endless replayability, and that addictive just one more run feeling. The campaign, though, falls short with tedious hero and horde missions. Unit balance and cramped building space can be frustrating, but survival make it worthwhile. If you're here for challenge and chaos, this is where the game truly delivers.
Great. What?
Farthest Frontier is one of the most promising city builders out there. It nails quality of life features like auto-save, movable buildings, and customizable difficulty, making its run smooth and replayable. But late-game micromanagement, odd villager behaviors, and terrain issues can be frustrating. Still, for an early access title, it's polished, addictive, and worth keeping an eye on. The Wandering Village mixes city building with survival in a really fresh way. You're not just managing villagers, you're also caring for Onbu, the giant creature carrying your settlement across shifting biomes. Balancing survival, trust, and resources keep things tense but never overwhelming. With its charm, flexibility, and story integrations, it's an easy recommendation for both casual and hardcore players. Going Medieval is a colony builder that takes the RimWorld formula and adds a true 3D layer, letting you dig, build, and shape terrain however you like. It's already polished in early access, with deep management, creative base building, and raids to prepare for. If you love survival sims with freedom and medieval flavor, this one's a must-try. Prison Architect is still a solid management sim, great for low-spec PCs, with tons of depth and hours of fun. Sadly, after Paradox took over, the game suffered from overpriced DLCs, bugs, and questionable updates. At its core, it's a fantastic experience worth playing, but the later handling left many longtime fans deeply disappointed. Banished is one of those rare city builders that feels both peaceful and brutal. It looks calm, almost zen, but one bad harvest or disaster can wipe out everything you have built. That challenge made it a classic, inspiring countless games since. Even with its age, it's still worth playing today, especially if you're new to the genre. Kingdoms and Castles is a charming medieval city builder that balances cozy visuals with just enough challenge. You will guide villagers, manage food, housing, and defenses while fending off dragons and Vikings, or toggle threats off for pure building. Its simple mechanics and relaxing vibe make it perfect for newcomers, yet still satisfying for veterans who want strategy without stress. Against the Storm is a polished city management light game that blends exploration and supply chains. You start with a few builders, chop through forests to find resources, then craft farms, mills, and taverns to keep your citizens happy. Matches are short and satisfying, making it easy to jump in, yet deep enough to feel like a miniature civilization simulator. Dwarf Fortress is a legendary, endlessly deep colony sim, built in sand traps, manage sprawling fort, or adventure through deadly worlds. The community is fantastic, and the game evolves constantly. Bugs and clunky mechanics exist, and adventure mode can be brutal, but the freedom, creativity, and sheer emergent storytelling make every hour worth it. Love it, hate it, but you will never forget it. Timberborn is a cozy yet challenging city builder where you manage industrious beavers and focus heavily on terrain and water mechanics. Droughts and polluted bed tides force you to engineer dams, reservoirs, and waterways to keep your colony alive. The game rewards creativity, offering morale-driven productivity boosts, unique fashion with distinct playstyles, and advanced map-shaping tools like explosive and dirt construction. Backed by years of strong updates, it's polished and engaging, though late-game downtime and limited replayability can set in. Frostpunk isn't a calm city builder, it's survival under constant pressure. You're racing to gather coal, food, and shelter before despair or anger ends your rule. At first, it feels like a brutal puzzle, but once you crack the code, survival becomes manageable. Stressful, demanding, yet unforgettable. Frostpunk delivers one of the most intense resource management experiences out there. Cult of Lamb stands out for how smoothly it blends two genres: fast, roguelike dungeon crawling, and cozy cult management. The combat feels sharp and satisfying, with everyone giving you new weapons and curses to try. Between battles, you return to your cult, where you shape the community, manage rituals, and decorate your base. Its striking art style, quirky humor, and catchy soundtrack make it a joy to play, offering charm and depth in equal measure. Kenshi may not shine for its graphics, but its world is vast, atmospheric, and full of striking landmarks. It's an unforgiving open-world sandbox RPG with base building, squad management, and endless freedom to craft your own story. Survival is always fragile. You will be ambushed, enslaved, or lose limbs, yet every setback adds to the tale. The importing system lets you carry progress into new worlds, and while it demands patience, Kenshi rewards persistence with deeply personal, memorable adventures. Oxygen Not Included is a deep and challenging base building and survival sim where you manage duplicants through oxygen shortage, heat, hunger, and more. Its clever use of real physics, chemistry, and biology makes every system feel meaningful, from gas flow to thermal conductivity. Failures are inevitable, but each restart teaches you something new, creating a rewarding loop. With strong expansions, an active modding scene, and addictive gameplay, it's a smart, punishing, and incredibly satisfying experience for strategy and science fans alike. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know in the comments which games you enjoy or plan to try, and I'll see you in the next one.